This is Formula One, and this is me. Today we are on a mission to go through all the generations of Formula One, every single decade, every single era, to see which one is the fastest of them all. The cars are gonna be tested on the Top Gear test track, and that is basically it. The video speaks for itself. See ya.
Let's get on with it. So the first car of this experiment is the Maserati 250F 12-cylinder. This car is driven by Juan Manuel Fangio in 1954 season, which he won, of course. And this is the beginning. This is where it all began. I mean, this is 4 years later, but basically it's basically where it began. Shut up. And we are gonna be putting it to the test around the Top Gear test track, like all the other decades of Formula One. We'll see who's gonna be on top. Let's see what this thing can do. Alright, every single car is gonna get one lap. There is no 2 laps. If I spin, then there's gonna be 2 laps. But okay, let's put this to the test, shall we? Let's go. Off to the line, wheel spin. A lot of wheel spin. The car's sound is a bit crazy. Now going on to the very easy on the brakes, these old brakes, look at them. A lot of understeer, this is all 1950s. A lot of sliding. Now through here, a lot of understeer. Easy, very easy to lock the wheels tight as possible. Early on the throttle, make it slide. Now going up to the hammerhead, a very scary corner, braking hard. Don't brake 100% because the fronts are gonna lock. Here we go, nice and tidy through hammerhead. Early on the gas. Early on the gas, a lot of sliding. This is a workout. Here you're gonna lift, I think. Oh, a lot of understeer. The back is sliding in 3rd gear. These cars are aggressive. Very dangerous. Okay, now brake 30%, 2nd gear. Rotate the car. Don't rotate too much because you're gonna spin. Sliding through onto the final corner. A lot of understeer. Gas, gas, gas. Let's see. A 138.1. So here we go. We have our first time on board, the 138.1. That's the Formula 1 car, the Maserati 250F. This is the beginning, 138.1. But let's go to the 1960s. This right here is Lotus Type 49, driven by Jim Clark in 1967. This car has the Cosworth engine, 8-cylinder. It basically weighs nothing, not a lot of downforce. This is basically kayak on wheels. I think that's the best way to describe it. Alright, let's see what you can do. We have our wheel, we have everything. We are ready to put our lap together. Let's see the difference between the 50s F1 car and the 60s F1 car. Alright, let's go. A lot of wheel spin. Very easy to lose the back end of this car. And very easy to lock the wheels. The front wheels, of course. Nice and tidy through here. Don't be very aggressive on the throttle because it's gonna send you into the shadow realm. Brake hard here. Go for a wide line. Better exit. Sliding, just sliding. Imagine driving this in rain back in the day. Here you're gonna brake very early because the brakes lock easily. 2nd gear. Took it a bit too cautious, I think. It's so easy to lock the brakes on this thing. Here you gotta be careful because of the bump. Floor it. Let's not miss the right-hander here. Brake a bit. The car feels very floaty. It's all okay, it's a kayak, so it's made for sea, not the ground. Okay, just flat, be brave, be brave. Brake hard. 2nd gear, locking up. God damn it. And it's a 114.5. Yeah, Messed up the last part because it's so easy to lock up with this car, man. So easy to lock up. Let's get a drip. Let's get a drift here. Yeah, a bit of drifting, you know. Alright, so that was the 1967's F1 car. That's a 114.5, which is 34 seconds faster than the 50s car, which is absolutely mad. The 14 years difference. It's crazy. But now, time to move on to the 1970s. So the next car on this list is a 1975 championship winning Ferrari 312T, driven by Niki Lauda. This is one of my personal favorite cars because it's a Ferrari and I'm a Ferrari fan. Basically I'm depressed. And this is the championship winning Ferrari. Can it be better? Can we repeat the championship winning in 2024? Probably not, but here we are, revisiting history. Good Ferrari history. Alright, let's see how it holds up with the other cars. Alright, here we go. We are in the Ferrari 312T. We are about to set the lap time. Let's see what it can do. Oh god, almost died. You can just feel the stability, the downforce on this thing. It's so much better. Again, big jump. Nice. The car just listens, it's amazing. Look at that. Just you can be so much more confident with this thing. What a difference. Yeah, you can just send it. Here through Hammerhead, I think you can brake much more later. Onto the second gear, brake hard, rotation. So much more confidence with this thing. So much easier to drive. Now through here, brake a bit. Oh god, almost lost the car there. Very, very easy to drive. Not easy, but easier than the 1960s car by a mile. Here, tricky on the brakes, don't lock up. Flat, brake, onto the line, flat out. Let's see the time, and a 1:10.2. That is pretty much faster than the 1960s F1 car, of course. What did you expect? Much more downforce, much better car. Yeah. So that was Niki Lauda's Formula 1 car from the 1975. Now let's move on to the 1980s, where things got a bit mad. This right here is the Lotus 98T, the car which has more than 1000 horsepower and 5.5 bar of boost. Driven by no other than Ayrton Senna. Of course this car wasn't successful, it didn't win any championships, but it's absolutely mad. If you drive this in a sim, just the boost when it kicks, it's absolutely brutal. This thing is absolutely brutal to drive. And let's see what time it's gonna put around the Top Gear test track. Alright, let's see what this absolute monster can do around the Top Gear test track. So weird without an H pattern. So much grip, so much more grip. But very, very, very terrifying car to drive. I never experienced something like this. Look at that. It's gone. The car just runs away from you. Through Hammerhead. The boost just kicks in. Wheel spin kicks in. Yep. Careful on the throttle, very, very gentle. Here you can, I think, go just a bit of a lift. Maybe flat, maybe flat. Here it's easy flat. Now we're gonna brake hard. Much more confidence in this car under braking than the 312T from the 70s. And now flat out to the line. Absolutely decimated the time of the 312T. 1:03.1. I can go much quicker probably. I was just cautious, of course, one lap, and that's it. What a car. What a car. Senna was a beast, man. Not gonna lie. Driving these machines, crazy. But now, let's move on to 1990s. This next one is the Ferrari F310 from 1996. It's driven by Michael Schumacher. Not really the best of the cars, but the reason why I chose it is because it's one beginning of the sequential gearboxes. So yeah, this is the beginning of the thing that is basically in every single race car today. Oh, and also I forgot. What does this sound like? It's a bloody V10. Alright, F310, let's see how it does. Off the line. Just much smoother downshifts. The speed, unbelievable. Much more downforce, much easier to drive. Not as crazy as the 98T, but still slidey, of course. Look at this thing. Sequential gearbox is absolutely amazing. Just rapid upshifts, rapid downshifts. Crazy car through hammerhead here. Going for that exit. Now here, is it flat? Not quite. I felt the car bottoming out. Now through here, 7th gear. Brakes are unbelievable with this thing. Braking hard onto the last turn, onto the line. What's the time gonna be? A 59.6, and we lost the car. So that's a sub 1 minute lap time. So we've gone under the 1 minute mark with a 90s F1 car. This thing is a monster. I love it. Very enjoyable to drive. I want you to try this. But now let's move to the 2000s, where these get special. This might be one of the most famous race cars of all time. When you see that red, and you see that red helmet, when you think about Formula 1, you just see this car and you think this F2004 and a Michael Schumacher. This is the most dominant car driven by Rubens Barrichello, this is the most dominant Ferrari in the history of Formula 1, driven by Rubens Barrichello and Michael Schumacher. Won 13 races in the 2004 season. Just unbelievable car. The Ferrari was shocked how good it was. They were confused. What is this? What is this? It's an absolute monster, and the driver behind it is an absolute legend. So let's see what this amazing piece of machinery can do around the Top Gear test track. Of course, traction control is implemented too. So we have traction control. We're gonna put it to 5, and of course, let's just do it. The brutal upshifts is absolutely amazing. It's just nothing like anything else I've driven. Just upshifting, the car is listening. What a car. Amazing upshifts. Going through the hammerhead, you can brake as early as you want. Second gear, I could brake much earlier than that. But this is not a hot lap, this is just testing. Here it's easy flat out, I think. Just flat out like that. Don't mind me going a bit onto the grass, but it's okay. Now onto the last part. I can brake as late as I want. The car is just so light and so good. It's listening. Onto the line. And that is gonna be a 55.7. Of course, it's not the best lap I've done, but what a beast. What a beast of a car. I can go much quicker than that. Just when I see this car, I just can I get remembered, as a kid, just watching all these videos like Schumacher driving it, F2004, just an icon of the car. I have the poster up there with Michael Schumacher behind the F2004. Just an iconic piece of machinery, man. But now let's just move on to 2010s, where the V8s take part in. This is the Red Bull RB9, driven by Sebastian Vettel and Mark Webber in 2013. Basically, a new feature on this car is DRS, V8 and something called Curse. maybe if you're a new F1 fan, you will be like, what the hell is Curse? There's only RS. Basically, Curse is the kinetic energy recovery system, which is basically like nitrous. You hold the button and it just goes faster in the straights. It's made for hot laps, it's made for overtakes. Basically nitrous. Yeah. Alright, enough talk, let's get on with it. ERS, DRS2, ERS power. Just easy to drive. Very, very responsive handling. Very light as well. Not as light as the F2004, but still light. Here we go. You can brake as early as you want. The downforce is there. The downforce is gonna listen. The car is gonna listen. You just need to drive fast on the limit. DRS wide open using the Curse. Flat out through here easily. It's a high downforce car. Here you're just gonna go for it. Just send it. Through the last turn. Let's see what the time is gonna be. A 154.0. Now, let me tell you something. When I drove the F2004, I wasn't really pushing. I was pushing, but I was really cautious. So let me tell you, my best time with the F2004 is 51. So this is the F2004 is 3 seconds faster than this. So yeah. But enough talk. Let's go to the hybrid era of F1, the beginning. So this next car is the 2015 Ferrari F15T, driven by Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. Now, this era is an absolute nightmare. The cars sounded awful. They didn't sound awful, but they, compared to V8s and V10s and all the V12s back in the day, these things were basically a disappointment. It is the dark ages of F1. These cars, I hate them so much. I don't know why. Basically, they just feel disgusting to drive. They're so, I don't know, I just don't like them. Basically, this thing is a nightmare. And you're gonna see now. Let's go for a lap. Braking earlier than the 2013 car. There's just not the grip. Understeer. Not understeer, just slow. It's much slower than the 2013 car. You're gonna see the lap time. DRS wide open. Close the DRS here. Bit of a lift. DRS again, brake onto that, third gear, nice and easy through there, brake hard, nice and easy through here too, and onto the line, a 56.5, 2 seconds slower than the Formula 1 car from 2013. I hate these cars so much. But now let's move on to the 2020s, where things get much better. Say hello to the fastest F1 car of all time. This is the 2020 Mercedes W11, driven by Lewis Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. This exact Mercedes brought Lewis Hamilton the 7th World Championship. And this is basically the car that could do anything. This thing was unstoppable. It was absolutely fast. It's basically the fastest car of all time. The fastest F1 car of all time. Maybe the fastest car ever. Of course it's a Formula 1 car. This is a machine that just wiped everyone. Wiped the floor with every single car of that season. And you're gonna see right now the lap time of how quick this thing is. Alright, time for you to see this monster. Not the best start, but I don't care. Just brake how you want. I don't care. Look at that, flat out. Jesus Christ, grip for days. Amazing car. Now here you can brake as late as you want. Third gear, second gear, rotated in, third gear maybe here, early on the throttle, DRS wide open, easy flat through here, do it with my eyes closed, DRS wide open here, and here you can brake as late as you want because this thing is a monster. Third gear, miss the apex a bit, onto the last corner, just grip for days. A 52.6, I didn't even try. It's an absolute monster of a car. Fastest F1 car of all time. I can go so much quicker than that. This is peak Formula 1. I miss these cars. They are so much better than the 2022 regulations. I want them back, man. I want these cars back, oh my god. But now let's move on to today's F1 cars. Say hello to not the fastest car of all time, but the most dominant F1 car of all time. This is the Red Bull RB19 driven by Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez. This thing won 21 races out of 23. It was the most dominant car of all time, F1 car of all time. And it's basically AJ Newey's masterpiece. And here we're gonna see, put it to the test, how fast it was. It's not gonna be faster than the W11 because of the regulations, it's heavier. But let's see what it can do. Alright, the final car of the day, let's see what it can do. Nice off the line. First corner, let's see the grip. It's slower than the W11, but not so slow either. DRS wide open through here. I don't feel the confidence as the W11 because that thing is literally stick to the ground, the most grippiest racing car of all time. Here I think it's gonna be flat for this car. Of course it's gonna be flat. It's still a beast of a car. DRS wide open again. Here, confidence is key. Braking in, third gear here for rotation, and let's see what lap time. A 52.0. Nah. That's faster than the W11. That's fake. That's fake. There's no way. There's no way. Alright, I guess the RB19 is faster than the W11. It's not. But I guess the game, this car model says it's better. Okay. But that was it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was nice seeing all these F1 cars, all these decades, all these eras. It's absolutely amazing how far the technology has come to. And it's just amazing to witness history, you know, we are watching the fastest cars of all time, running around the world's most famous circuits, the fastest circuits. It's just an amazing time to be alive, you know. But that's it, hope you enjoy, and if you want more of this, make sure to like, subscribe. I need fans, man.